As our sons get ready to move on to college or a job this fall, we may start to notice something. There's a little more conflict than usual, more pushback. Maybe our sons start avoiding family activities altogether. We begin to wonder what's going on. Our son will be leaving soon, and we want to soak in these last opportunities to spend time with him, but he doesn't seem to want to. There's actually a name for it. It's called dirtying the nest. It's not fun, but it can be a normal part of preparing to leave home. In today's episode, we'll talk about what it is, why it's happening, and how we, as moms, can respond with understanding while still strengthening our relationship with our sons. Welcome to Raising Boys with Purpose, a Christian parenting podcast for moms raising teens and young adult sons. I'm Brooke, a boy mom and parenting coach, and here we talk about raising sons, building character, and preparing our boys for adulthood with confidence and faith. For more encouragement and conversation throughout the week, come join our Raising Boys with Purpose Facebook group. The link for all my social media is in the description. Summer is almost at an end. We're trying to cram in as much family fun as we can. We want to make all the memories while quietly avoiding the fact that our son will be leaving soon. But what we don't understand is he doesn't seem nearly as interested in spending time with us as we thought he would. We want the season to be fun, but instead it feels a little tense and a little sad. When each of our boys graduated from high school, we planned a little trip with our extended family to celebrate. We had the best time. They were excited to be high school graduates, and we all enjoyed the excuse to spend time together and try new things. In fact, we still talk about those trips and the memories we made. As the summer went on, though, life got busier. They were working and spending time with their friends. They knew they and their friends would soon be going in different directions, so they wanted to do all the things together. The problem was, we wanted to do all the things together too. Other than church on Sunday mornings, it sometimes felt like we hardly saw them. There's actually a name for what many families experience during this season. It's called dirtying the nest, or sometimes people call it soiling the nest. Dirtying the nest is when your teen becomes more difficult, moody, withdrawn, or even a little defiant before moving out or leaving for college. Subconsciously, they're creating a little emotional distance to make the upcoming separation easier for everyone. There's a saying, if we're all a little annoyed with each other, maybe we won't miss each other quite as much. At the same time, they're excited about their new independence and everything that's ahead. They're also a little scared. Leaving everything they've known, their home, their routines, their family, it's a big change. Sometimes those emotions show up as arguments, pushing boundaries, withdrawing, or simply choosing to spend more time with friends than with family. I think for us, one of the hardest parts was watching our boys spend so much time working and doing things with their friends. It seemed like every time we wanted to plan something together, they already had plans. In many ways, it almost felt like they had already moved out. I'm not going to lie, it hurt a little, especially because as moms, we picture this last summer being filled with all these wonderful family memories before they leave. So how should we handle it when our sons start dirtying the nest? One of the first things we have to remember is not to take everything personally. Now, that's much easier said than done, but we need to remind ourselves that this isn't a true reflection of our relationship with our son or of our family. More often than not, it's simply part of the transition into adulthood. It's one of the ways they're preparing themselves for the next stage of life. We also need to let them begin to take the lead in some of the decisions surrounding their move. Talk through travel plans and college move-in dates, and let them have a voice in when they'd like to arrive on campus. Of course, decisions need to be made in time for you to make arrangements and take time off work, but giving them ownership helps reinforce that this is their next step. This is also a time to decide which battles are really worth fighting. For us, church was important. It was our family time. We understood they wanted to work and spend time with friends. But Sunday mornings mattered to us. We didn't guilt trip them. We simply explained why it was important. At the same time, you need to continue to enforce household rules that really matter. Maybe he no longer has a curfew, but you still need to know about when he'll be home. Not to control him, but because you care about his safety. It's also important to remember that this season is temporary. Even when we try not to take things personally, there will still be moments when our sons cross the line. Understanding dirty in the nest doesn't mean we excuse hurtful behavior. If they speak disrespectfully or say something hurtful, calmly let them know that they've crossed the line. Then, if emotions are running high, wait until everyone is ready before continuing the conversation. We can be understanding without lowering our expectations. Have you noticed your son pulling away as he gets closer to leaving home? Maybe he's spending more time with friends. Maybe he's become quieter. Or maybe he's just not as interested in family activities as he once was. If so, remember this. It doesn't necessarily mean you're losing your relationship with him. It may simply mean he's preparing for one of the biggest transitions of his life. Now, no matter what, we love our sons and our sons love us. The truth is, they may not even understand why they're acting the way they are. Leaving everything they've known and loved can be exciting, but can also be scary and overwhelming. Deep down, they know life is about to change, and they know it will never quite be the same again. Our job as moms is to be their safe harbor. That doesn't mean we ignore poor behavior, but it does mean we offer grace during a season that's emotional for all of us. Sometimes we may have to set aside our own hurt feelings for a moment, so we can remind them that we believe in them. God has a purpose for our sons. We've spent years preparing them for this moment, and now we can trust both God and the foundation we've helped build in them. They still need us. They just need us differently now. Just remember, you're both still trying to figure all this out. If this episode of Raising Boys with Purpose encouraged you, please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of this podcast. And if you're raising a teen or young adult son and want encouragement and practical guidance, come join us in the Raising Boys with Purpose Facebook community. The link is below. Thanks for being here today. Now grab your iced coffee, hug your son, and remember, you're raising him with purpose.